Good morning and welcome to San Diego Living. I'm Greg Phillips. Well, have you ever wondered why some businesses fail despite having a great idea and marketing plan? Our next guests say it may have a lot more to do with just their economic conditions and the business's core fundamentals. AmyK joins us today with Connie Henderson, owner of Amber's Garden. Welcome, ladies.
Thanks.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
All right, so you say that the key to a business's success really has, it goes back to their startup spirit. What do you mean by that?
We spend so much time talking about external measurables, the sales pipeline and the forecast and the industry or the economic trends. But today we're talking about those intrinsic drivers. Now, they may be less tangible, but they're just as real, and they're the components that are that personality, that energy, that emanating force of all the successful entrepreneurs we know.
What kind of business owner are we talking about that has the startup spirit, that has those types of qualities?
Well, I think it's everyone from Connie Henderson and Amber's Garden to Bill Gates at Microsoft. It's the idea that they have incredible vision, and they've got passion, and they've got tenacity, and they know where they're going, and they're curious, and it's all these traits that combine to really be that energetic force that's just unstoppable.
And talk about, the traits. I mean, obviously, passion. You got to have the passion if you're going to be a startup.
Yeah, passion is actually not only a source for your energy, but it's also a force. It's that dual role that when you're really excited about something, that it's going to lead to tenacity, which I know that Connie has, that inability to say, okay, I'm going to take no for an answer.
Yeah, and Connie, you have a great story. I mean, because you were in the mortgage industry for, was it 18 years?
19, close.
19 years, yeah, and we kind of know what happened there. There was a little bit of a downturn, and you were out in the garden with your daughter, Amber, and just kind of take it from there. Tell me what happened.
Well, it was April of 07, and I had already burned through a couple of mortgage companies that year. They all went under, and I was gardening with her, and I was trying to teach her about seed placement and seed depth and how to plant seeds. So I gave her some sunflower seeds and put them between her fingers, and they need to be planted about an inch deep. So I said, put them about up to your first knuckle and just stick them in the soil. Well, when everything started to germinate, I came out to a cluster of sunflowers in one place, and at that moment I thought, kids love to dig, play in the dirt, water, harvest, look at the bugs and all those other fun things, but seed placement and seed depth and spacing is just beyond what they can, that age can comprehend. So I thought, well, why not come up with a seed mat? Because there was other seed mats out there with wildflowers in them, but there were no vegetable garden seed mats. So I came up with the idea May 12th of 2007, and did a whole bunch of due diligence and research and prototype testing, and went to market May of 08.
Yeah, and obviously you were really passionate about this. This is something you did with your daughter, and now you have these seed mats, and they're all over. You're in Target.com now, and
Target.com, plowandhearth.com, Amazon.com.
Meyer Supermarkets.
Meyer Supermarkets is our first big 190 store chain in the Midwest.
Wow.
And, yeah.
That is awesome.
And I'll say it for her because she's being humble, but she also won the Trailblazer Award from the National Association of Women Business Owners. And that goes right back, that Trailblazer Award, to saying that it's that tenacity. It's that unstoppable idea that at some point you have to learn all these amazing things. I mean, the due diligence that you did, from sourcing burlap to getting a warehouse to understanding legal and state legislation, it was just saying, all right, I'm going to keep asking these questions, and I'm going to take this energy and I'm going to make it happen. Nobody can tell you no.
And having these qualities, having the tenacity, having the passion, and that startup spirit doesn't mean that you don't need help. You got plenty of help, didn't you?
I got a lot of help. I went to the SBA website. They have the SBDC Small Business Development Centers all across the country, which is free counseling and low-cost workshops. I utilized SCORE's free counseling probably more than I should have. Went through probably between the SBDC and SCORE between May of 07 and September of 07, probably 30 different workshops just learning about business development and market research and how to write a business plan and doing your due diligence on the industry that you want to enter.
And really quickly, we're almost out of time, but while you're struggling and you're trying to get the business going, you say, AmyK, that having a startup business also you have to have an inherent generosity and a charitable factor.
I think that every successful entrepreneur that I've ever seen has this core philanthropic element to them about giving back and being generous. And you've got your Green and Clean program, you know, really giving back to the environment, your whole idea about working with children, getting them back with family time, getting them unplugged and off the electronics and the technology and back to know where their food grows, and just seeing the planet in a much bigger picture, I think is really just a core element of the successful entrepreneur.
And really quickly, if people want to get a hold of you, AmyK?
Contact us at AmyK.com. You can follow us at Twitter at AmyK Inc. or AmyK.com. We'd love to have more guests.
All right, perfect. Ladies, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
All right. And of course, more information, go to our website, san diego6.com.